Hey, what's good, Joe, man? Let's go and get into it. We're working at 130 BPM, and yeah, I just laid down 2 minor chords. The key here is all sound selection because a MIDI is extremely simple. Let's make something different that's kind of like that. Just make a minor chord, invert this right here. Let's copy that over, move the root note down, copy it over again, and move the root note down again. Now I'm just gonna build another chord with this one and then just invert that. Move this A to an F. First sound, super basic. And then sound selection is where it's all at. So this pad right here, I got from 𝕊𝕌𝔹𝕊𝕆, of course, pad 7. For effects, first off, I just had an RC20 and I used this preset from Prod by Jack's Analog Colors. I think that's what it was, but it was just this preset called Wide Air. So if I turn this all the way up, it sounds like this. So it sounds pretty garbage. If you turn it down a little bit, it sounds really awesome. Mostly it's this digital effect right here. Then I just added an EQ to take out some lows because the pad was really muddy, and then a second EQ to just brick wall it off. Could have done this with the first EQ, but I kind of wanted to roll it off first. I guess that's just how I work. Next thing I added was a second pad, pad 18, also from 𝕊𝕌𝔹𝕊𝕆. So at this point, all I'm doing is layering that one sound with a bunch of other ambient sounds to basically fill it out. Because when I throw in the bass, I want the bass to like blend in with everything. And layering it with stuff like this is gonna really help that. Those were just the root notes. So a super spacious, airy sound. After that, I added an accent. And that accent was also technically a pad. That was also in 𝕊𝕌𝔹𝕊𝕆 Volume 1. It was pad 24. Pasted that over, and that note right there is just the first root note. Keep that first root note going instead of just going down to the second root note. I think it sounds better. For effects, I just had an EQ to take out some lows, and then a reverb. And then this really tied it together. This was a vocal, and this one-shot kit also has a bunch of vocals I use all the time, and this one was vocal 9, F minor. Took that, and I chopped it up into this right here. First off, I just had a guitar rig 6, and I use this one preset called roddy. Essentially, it's just a delay reverb, pretty much. That sounds a little bit more like a guitar pedal. So this is without, and this is with. And then I just added an EQ to really kind of filter it. Then I added a shaper box right here. All I did here was I panned it. I used this pattern right here, and I just kind of put the mix at 50%. After that, I added a kickstart, and all this does is it adds like a little tempo. I used the 1/4 preset right here, and I turned it down just a little bit. Then I throw on some more EQs, one to really shape it right here. Throw on another EQ to hollow it out even more because, again, this vocal had so much low end. I literally opened up a new EQ. I wanted it to be really clear and not muddy up the mix. It wasn't quite there yet, so I had one more. This is the final one. I just really kind of rolled it off. have a really nice overall sound going here. So at that point, I really want to spice it up, so I added some accents. All right, so before we go any further, I did want to talk about Producer Crate because I am genuinely excited about it. It's an upcoming marketplace by my man Stafford Beats that's in the first stages of being a really epic site with a huge catalog. I personally work with most of the people on here. A lot of DNX people like Daniel Taylor, some people in Fourth Quarter like Cloud, you know, Dreamer, I've made guitar kits with him. These are all really, really good kits. So nothing on this site is going to be garbage. You're not going to get like some splice sounds off of this thing, man. One of them's Utopia, for example. And the beat in the background is a sample from Utopia. It is a really fire kit by the man himself. And use code TRIFREEZE for 30% off. My kits are on there. Elusive. Dropped that one a while back with Dover. It's a really high-end guitar kit. Again, if you guys caught that kit, DM me on Instagram and I'll add you to my weeklies, which is lifetime, by the way, and it includes access to some future paid kits for free. So I used the Found Ya accent from 𝕊𝕊𝕆. And yeah, there's this one point at the very end right here. I just kind of chopped that part up. It's like it stops here for a second. I had the same older days guitar rig, just an EQ to filter it, a shaper box with the exact same pan, another EQ to shape it even more. Pretty much very close to the vocal chain right here, just to make it ambient and kind of match the vocal. So after that, I added this other accent right here. So I used a high one shot from 𝕊𝕆𝕆 Volume 1. And I super heavily filtered it. You don't want one sound to be like brighter than all the other ones. So you want everything to kind of be consistent. And then I just added this one little snare shot right here. Just added a texture. Literally the thing that tied this together was this bass right here. And I don't know what is going on with this bass, bro. This bass is insane, man. It's the I Don't Know bass, also from 𝕊𝕆𝕆. To make it sound really big in my headset, I used a little bit of reverb. Whenever you're putting reverb on bass like this, you have to be really careful because you can really muddy up the mix fast. So what I do is I low cut it a ton. And again, I dulled it down right here, pushed a little bit of the 130 hertz range down because it makes the bass sound deeper when you do that. And then of course I brought out the stereo separation just a little bit. And when you're putting this in, if you have a spot where it just stops, it sounds crazy. That when I cut out the bass right here, I also added the two accents. All just kind of works with each other instead of just their own individual sound. So when you're making samples, just keep that in mind. And then on my master, I just added a sound shifter. Without it, it sounds like this. So now it sounds like this. So yeah, man, let me know what y'all want to see in the future. Don't forget to check out Producer Crate and use code TRI30 for 30% off. So yeah, till next time.